is. There we go. Yeah, perfect. Thank you for sticking with me through the blackout, as I call it.
Come on, this is absolute bullshit. Fuck's sake.
This gives a little bit more colour to the base, and then we can start adding some flock in, and that'll make it really nice. Don't need much. Just a little bit on the base there. With this stonework, don't need to do anything to that one. I'll probably put some cream, a little dry brush some cream on the top of that one. Now, what I wanted to do was, for the rocky looking one, I got these ones. These are your stick-on tufts from eBay, and they work really well. You just peel them off and just stick these on. They're all pre-glued, which is quite cool. Now I'm afraid I haven't got links for any of the eBay items, but you can get all these from Mighty Atlanta Games as well, in different sizes of course. So all I'm doing is just adding a few to the base, just dotting them around. One more just here. Perfect. Like so. So a few little added extras to the base. And we can add some more little bits and bobs to that as well. Now for the Hydra, we got these ones. Now these ones are from Army Painter. Now they're non-stick, so you have to add some glue to these ones to stick them on. Now you can use PVA glue, but as we are in a quick show, I am going to use some super glue, if I can find my super glue. There it is. So, very quick and simple. I'm just going to add a few drops of super glue around the base where I want my little tuft. One there, one just there, one just there, one up the top, and one just there. Now you can either use tweezers, I did have some tweezers, or these little Got some little tweezers. These are very good for sticking on your grass tufts without getting super glue stuck to your fingers. And just pop that on. You can use the tweezers to pluck up the tuft of grass, make it nice and fluffy. On it goes. Boom. Fluffy grass. I wonder if Tommy's had any fluffy grass. Okay. There we are. So we're just pushing up the grass. I'm sorry if the focus is out. Okay, last one. Let me just add that to the base there. And we've got some nice little tufts going around the base just to add a little bit more to the hydra. I'm probably going to add some grass to that as well. And in fact, we can do that now. I'll do that now. We've got 10 minutes. Hi, Grando. Hope you're well. Right, so I need a bit of my glue. One of my little blister packs. I'll just use an old brush. And what we're going to do is, these tufts look fantastic, but it's always nicer to have, let's get some focus here again. That's better. So what I'm going to do is just add some glue around parts of this miniature here. So this adds a bit more to the base. You want to keep the texture underneath. Plus, what you can do is, in certain parts of the miniature that you find very hard to get to the paint, you can actually put some PVA glue around these areas, and it can hide parts that were very, very difficult to get to. And it's a lovely way of covering like a mistake or anything you've done with that miniature. Michelle's like, "What do you mean you made a mistake? What's wrong with my hydra?" I haven't made a mistake on your hydra. Okay, so we've got some glue on this one. There's a tiny bit there. Now I'm going to add a tiny bit on top of this rock one as well. Get my thumb out of the way. This also helps cover the lip where the miniature has been put on the base. Fills in all those little gaps. Very simple and easy to do. Okay. Now then, we've got my 50-50 mix, which I love to use. This is leaves and grass for blocking. And we just mix it together. Mix it together with your thumbs and fingers. And all we do is we add that to our miniature. Put it on a, it's much easier if you put your miniatures on top of a piece of paper to catch the falling bits. I made that mistake in the last stream I did doing this, and I had bits everywhere. So what we're doing is covering the areas. Oop. Yeah. Give it a little tap off. And you got a lovely little base ready to go. And the same with the red hydra. Just adding up grass and leaves. Just put it onto the PVA glue. The PVA glue will set clear, so you don't have to worry about it looking white. It will go translucent and you won't see any of the white underneath. finisher. And what we do just to finish these off is we paint around the rim black just to tidy them up a little bit more. And for that I use a large brush with some black paint. Yes, I'll sign the minis for you, Michelle, not a problem. Right, this is a nice little tip or trick. I don't know if many of you know. A lot of people paint the rims of their bases. Let me get some height. That's better. There's a way to paint your bases really, really fast. Because it can be a tedious job when you've got like 100 minis. So all you do is you get your paint and you have your brush on an angle and you work your way along downwards and you will not make a mistake. You just go straight round, nice and fast. You're keeping it at a 45-degree angle, pointing up towards the base, and you can just fly around the rim of the base without making a mess or ruining your base. Is all nice and neat. Thank you for subscribing, Mokai. And a perfectly nice and neat base. And we do the same with our red Hydra. Again, a very simple thing to do. Let me just get rid of some of the flocking that's coming off here. Just use your thumb to remove flocking. I wouldn't advise you blowing the flocking off because it will go everywhere. And normally I'd do this after it's dried, but I just want to show you quickly. So again, we're going on a 45-degree type angle. I'm moving down across the base. This way you won't make a mess of your actual diorama or your base. And it's a very fast and quick way to get your rim of your base all nicely painted, fast and easy, without making a sloppy mess of the black around the rim. Well done. There we go. So that's our two Hydras. Let's have a little zoom in. Let's see if we can get this. I hope you enjoyed this little show of the Hydras. Let's see if we can get some focus. Perfect. And there we are, two Hydras painted in our show. Absolutely fantastic. Now, I think I am going to try and do a raid tonight. Now, I think Andy is online. So I need to type in. I got a little message here. I'm going to copy it down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and raid somebody. Are you all with me on this? Because I've never done a raid before. And I'm testing it out and see if I can do one. So I have to go into chat. Now I need to do /. /raid. Now, most of you have probably done raids before, so you probably know exactly what to do. So I'm typing in raid, and then, okay, and now I need to type geek, curio. Oh my god, I can't even spell it right. Oh my god. It helps when you can see what's on my keyboard. It's so covered in paint. Geek. Curio. There we are. Right, I'm going to press return and see if that works. But I'm also going to say good evening to everybody and thank you so much for joining my stream. I'm going to press the return and see what happens. But I'll say goodbye to you all for now. Loads of love to everybody.
Oh my god, I'm getting feedback. Hello everyone who's joining. I just raided my own... Oh my god, I'm getting feedback. Hello everyone who's joining. I'm just going to turn the tablet off. Hello! Yes, you raided. Hi Michael, how you doing? I see Michelle, I see Claire, I see Emma, I see Mokai, I see Tommy. Hello. Hello. Now I am shitting myself, quite literally. So what have I got for you today? Well, yesterday I've been working on this. I've been doing some Zenithal highlights. This is a commission for a friend. So I thought I'd make a little bit of a start on that. I also wanted to show you these, and I think Michael's going to absolutely love these because these seem to be vintage Batman figurines. And oh yes, sorry, no swearing, sorry Mrs. MLG. And basically someone approached me on Facebook asking if I could repair them. Sadly I don't have any before pictures, but they were really badly damaged, and yesterday I was doing a lot of work on the black and the grey, and I'm going to try and match up the skin tones today as well. I've also got Joker. Going to be doing some of the whites today, so I've managed to get some Vallejo, or Vallejo as Michael likes to say, white, and it's been quite tough actually trying to get the colours to match. Some of them have been quite easy. I mean the black was quite easy, but at the same time the paint that's on these minis are quite old, so they haven't stood up well to the test of time. So for example with Penguin there, his entire Penguin suit got a completely new coat of black. And what I'm also going to be doing, I'm going to be doing a glossy varnish to it as well, but like I say, these are heavy as anything, so I have no idea what metal these are made out of, but the paint has chipped away quite a lot. So yes, Tommy, I will take my shirt off, but you'll have to wait till the end. And it'll be one-to-one in private, don't worry. So what we're going to do for now is we are going to get some white on the models. Yes, Michelle, you'll be next. And I don't actually have a... Since I moved everything, all my stuff was in one place, and now it's just everywhere, so I don't actually know where my palette is. So I'm actually just using the lid of some cookie jars. And we all know how the king loves his cookies. But this will just be, like I say, we're going to be trying to repair the Joker's face. I'm just going to bring this up real close for you as well. Probably not going to... But what I did yesterday, you can almost see like grey patches, and that is actually on purpose because the paint had chipped away back, revealing bare metal, and I didn't want to go straight in with white paint because I know white paint's quite thin. So I started off with a grey colour first, and just as a undercoat more than anything, and I'm just going to go over now with the white, and hopefully we'll get this work looking really nice and fresh again. See Carol's tempting fate with Michael there. So did everyone have a good time watching Michael with the Hydras? I did. Of course. Thank you very much for dropping by, Michael, and thank you for the raid. At least we know it works now. Yeah, thank you, Scottish Andy. To be honest, I don't know whether I'm going to be doing this or not. I mean, yesterday I was streaming and nobody was watching, so I just minded my own business and got on with it. But this is terrifying, if I'm perfectly honest with you. I didn't realise how scary it would be. And if I'm talking too much, just tell me to shut up. See you later, Claire. Enjoy your walks. Love you too, Claire. Okay, right. Well, thanks for that, Carol. Hope you have a good day at work. Don't work too hard. So, talking of dogs, I've got a little bit of news. I'm actually going to be visiting a rescue dog, a Romanian rescue dog, in he is actually living with his foster mum in a farm about 15 minutes drive away from here. Oh, okay, alright, no problems, Carol. Cheers. Thank you. So, I don't want to get my hopes up too high or anything, because, like I say, I actually do a lot of research into Romanian rescue dogs. I mean, the wife and I, we decided that we wanted a dog when we moved house anyway, because we've got the bigger room, the garden and the nature reserve right nearby, and thought it'd be really nice to have another dog, a bit of company for Lola, and I always wanted to go with rescue. And down the road we just got the Dogs Trust, which is one of the biggest rescue centres in the UK. But getting a dog, for some reason, has been one of the most difficult things in the world, because literally normally dogs hang around dog centres for a couple of months, but dogs are literally just getting snapped up in, I don't know, minutes or something. By the time we put in an application, we were already told that the dog's already found an owner, but someone pushed us in the direction of Romanian rescue dogs. And yeah, we have Craigslist, but it's probably got an even worse reputation over here than you do in America. Yeah, we got Craigslist, but you don't know what you're getting with that sort of thing. It's just, you might as well just buy on Facebook, to be honest. But always wanted to do the rescue thing, because rather than lying in the pockets of someone who's basically breeding in their backyard, I'd much rather be giving a home to a dog that needs it. And what I found out was these dogs, literally there's hundreds of street dogs in Romania, and they don't have rescue shelters, they have kill shelters. That is literally what they're called kill shelters, which is shocking. A lot of these dogs are quite traumatized, but hoping to become a new doggy daddy, but it's a much longer process than most. So we'll be doing our first meet, which will just be me, the wife, my daughter, just meeting the dog on its own terms, and then eventually we'll start coming down with Lola as well. Now the dog that I'm actually looking at has actually had 13 owners in 9 months apparently, So I don't know whether it's going to be a lot of work, but I don't want to be the wrong owner for this dog. So, but it's exciting. I'm actually being able to meet a dog for once. I don't know why I started with white, because white is like the worst colour in the world to paint, and I decided to paint the Joker's face, and it literally is just layer after layer. Yeah, I hope so, Tommy. I mean, I'm actually in a much better position now than when I got Lola. I used to work in retail, so we're talking about 12 years ago. And retail means getting up at 6 in the morning, opening a shop at 8, opening the actual doors to customers at 9. Yeah, brush liquor. And not getting home till 7, sort of thing. And with the wife working office hours, it wasn't ideal for Lola. When she was young, she spent a lot of time on her own. But now I'm in a job where well, it's looking like it's going to be permanent working from home. At least we think it is, and definitely for the next 6 months. And to be honest with you, the company that I work for have been really, really good and really proactive. I'm one of the lucky ones. So I'm home all the time, and the wife's going to be home all the time. So it kind of works out really well with us getting dogs. And I say the garden that we have is quite big. Can you see what I'm doing? Hang on, I just realised I've just been talking to myself in a way, not really paying attention to the video or the chat. But it's going to be a good few coats on that. But yeah, it's exciting times. I'm hoping to find a dog that we can spend a lot of company with. I mean, Lola definitely is a mummy's girl as well. So I tend to be the one she sleeps up against at night, which I don't mind, but I like to have cuddles. Everyone likes doggy cuddles. And I'm normally like third choice. So I might even get doggy cuddles from Lola if she starts getting jealous of the other dog. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. Yeah, I know it's silly. You know, I know dogs aren't accessories or anything, but it's a nice feeling to be able to, you know, watching TV with your dog snuggled up against you is fantastic. Except when your legs go to sleep. That's no fun. I've got a feeling white is not my colour, and I'm absolutely destroying this. I might change his trousers to a wolf grey, which is a lot easier to work with. I don't know if you can see this. Thanks, Tommy. So who else is still here? I am not getting any views on YouTube. This is a multi-stream thing that we got going on. I think people just don't use YouTube to watch streams. I can't see it ever really taking off, really. Hey Scottish Andy. You sure you don't want to be watching in the Midnight Garden? And Carol, yeah, I know you're there, Carol. I know you'd never leave me. Sorry, I just realised you're not actually able to see what I'm painting. don't know if you can see the damage on this, but can you see the base of that? That is literally where all the original paint has worn off. So, oh, I didn't notice the bottom of this. When? 1992. So that's how vintage they are. To me, that's not vintage at all because I was 13. I think I'm going to give up with the white very shortly because I just hate painting in white. Oh, well, I'll probably be going, I don't know how long I was planning on doing this for, to be honest. It's more of a after show for Michael and me just testing out streaming, seeing if it's something I like doing. But feedback is always appreciated. Oh, I'll be impressed if you can, Michelle. Right. I think pretty much everything else I'm going to need to do is going to be the skin, and I'm really not sure whether I can match that yet. So I think we're going to make a move onto Mr. Fleck here. So I'm really pleased. I love doing Xenophil highlighting on busts. Sometimes I can just do that and it's like I'm done. I'm happy with it. But no, I do like doing these busts. Let's go to the eyes first quickly while I've got the white. Yeah, a friend of mine who was doing the miniature mutts with me. So originally he was printing all the 3D dogs for my snow globes. He is like, I mean, I don't know anyone else who's better at 3D printing than him. He's one of those guys who should literally be doing a YouTube channel to teach other people because he's just so good. He's got something like 4 machines. He's the one I lent my Photon to, which you can, that's the Photon over there, which is in perfect place for me to get high off resin fumes while I'm working. But no, Jamie is just really good at 3D printing. And he's really quick as well. He just seems to know all the parts. When you buy the 3D printer, he just starts again. He just rips the entire thing apart and just, I don't know how he does it, but he's just got the time and spends quite a lot of his money on buying 3D printers all the time, which is fine. So I'll be perfectly honest, I don't know how this is going to turn out because I'm going to be trying to do glazing. This is my old brush which was part of like a brush set for like $5 or something, £5, but it's really useful. So this is probably going to, the first couple of coats of this is probably going to look absolutely dreadful, but the idea is I'm just going to build up more and more coats and see how it comes along. And yes, I'm using a wash rather than a glaze, but there's a reason for that. I want the darker colour to sink into the recesses. I spent a lot of time not only doing the Xenophil highlighting but also doing the edge highlighting as well. Yeah. But to be honest, I'm just really happy to be painting again because it's just been such a long time. I think I can actually count on the fingers of one hand how many miniatures I've painted this year. And you would have thought with me being in lockdown and not leaving the house, I would have had time to get through backlogs, but no, I've just been sadly buying more and more stuff, as Mrs. MLG will attest. Although she'll probably say that I've not been buying enough. I'm actually loving how that effect is coming out. I think maybe it's a little bit too light on the head, on the top of the head, but other than that, it's okay. So watch that. It's an open wash pot, and I'm putting that out live. That's living dangerously. That is. That's like turning up to D&D with a pen instead of a pencil. Which is something I do as well. I hope this is interesting for you. I don't know if I'm actually keeping anyone entertained or not. I do feel like I've got no idea what I'm doing. It seemed to be a lot easier when I was just on camera and nobody was watching. But I do understand fully exactly what Michael means. So, how do you think Arva's looking at the moment? I think the shades are working really well, so I might actually just keep with that. I might actually do the suit while I'm here. There's a fine line between bravery and stupidity, Michelle. I'll leave it up to you to decide. So another thing I need to work on as well is basically all my paints, as you see, is over there. I've got another desk which is identical to this desk, and the idea was basically this was going to be my work side, because believe it or not, underneath this bit of a card is the work laptop. And we're not going to tell anyone at work that I managed to spray paint that with Noon Oil yesterday. And yeah, so this was going to be the work side, and the other side is going to be the painting side. But I need another monitor and I need another camera, because oddly enough I actually use a webcam at work as well. Shh. Shh. Don't tell anyone. Yeah, so I think next month, because I spent all my money on minis, and that is the wrong violet, isn't it? That is definitely the wrong purple. Yeah, so next month I'm going to plan on buying another monitor. I should be able to pick up another webcam. I mean, these ones were only £20 that I paid from Amazon, next day delivery, and they were brilliant. I'm actually going to keep that purple for now because I actually quite like it, even though it isn't in line with the film. I'm quite happy with it. Right, now I need to be careful because fingers. Right. Now, unfortunately, when I was at work, I managed to make the mistake of leaving this right there, and everybody at work saw that on my conference call, and a few people made a few comments about it. Again, I'll leave that to Michelle to fill in the blanks. Yes, could have been. I could have been eating rubbers. I don't have a bottle of lotion. I do, however, have about 5 litres of isopropanol, which may be identified as something else. Try not to touch him because the hair is, if anyone's worked with the washes, you'll understand how wet that gets. It's going to get to a point where I am going to need to cooking oil. Yeah, I can see how that works. It's like when I realise I have more makeup brushes than my wife and my daughter combined, and I'm the only male in the house. Right. Okay, how does it look so far? I'm trying not to touch it. Yeah, I mean, that's all you need. Makeup brushes are in the drawer behind me, I think. But the girls in my house wouldn't use them anyway because I buy the cheap ones. Obviously. Right. Would anyone like to see a little sneak peek of what I'm working on for the Halloween diorama? Because I have here, these are items that I printed out, and I did cut one out earlier, but unfortunately they are so small, obviously because they're minis, I appear to have lost it already, which is fantastic. But basically these are skeletons. Is that going to help? Pink. And the idea is they're going to be popping out the ground. So I managed to find a nice STL online, printed off 12 of them. After the first batch of 10, only 3 of them came out, and they have been washed and they haven't been cured, so I need to cut them and then cure them, which is probably where they've gone to. Yeah, the only problem is like obviously painting skeletons is dead easy, but they're so close to the ground and they're so small, it's a little bit intimidating. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I mean, there's one where the poses are just brilliant. There's one which is literally just like a head, a neck. Hi Emma, welcome back. Oh, you're just in time to have a look at the Halloween stuff, because I know that Mrs. MLG wanted to have a sneak peek. But these are what I've been printing out. It's just for Emma's benefit, I think. But it's they're little skeletons coming out of the ground. Different stages. So this one, you've got pretty much the whole torso. It's lifting itself out. This one, it's out via the pelvis. Yeah, I mean, the original ones that I did, which are somewhere. So this is my homemade light box. Scottish Andy might like this. No, I have no idea where the original stuff is. But if you do light supports, you can literally just brush them off. You can literally just brush them off with your thumb, and that's quite easy. Oh, so Mrs. MLG's been printing off skeletons as well. Is it the same ones I'm doing? Yeah, I switched the supports over to medium when I did this print, and it's worked out a lot better. I was checking out a few YouTube channels and everyone says use medium no matter what, unless you're covering a big area, and also custom supports. But Scottish Andy seemed to have it sus, so I'll just get him to do supports for me. Oh, really? Same ones? Was it from my mini? I can never remember the name of the website. I just type in mini until it comes up. Oh, I'll have to look into that, Scottish Andy. Right, so it seems like Emma and I have had the same idea. So I am going to have to change it to what Jake thought it was earlier. That is impressive. I had so many. We need to talk about the FEP plate, the FEP sheet as well, because I'm going to need to order some. So I want to see if I can get some in bulk, and then probably go Halsey with you or something. But yeah, I use Chitubox. I can't use Chitubox for slicing because the Photon, not the normal Photon, but mine's a Photon S, forces you to use only their software, and Chitubox aren't allowed to. Yeah, I think I got mine from Thingiverse as well. Will the Mars Pro 2 pack work on the Photon? If it fits, then yeah, but I'm worried about how it would actually go in, because I've got two screws that go in. Okay. Yeah, I guessed it was bats. Have you seen the metallic pop-off sheets? So should I tell Mrs. MLG what I'm doing with her skellies? So I was going to go for a graveyard scene. and the general idea was basically all the skeletons rising out of graves, so I've been printing graves as well, tombstones, but it's the first time I've ever done a diorama, so I know Tule's done some. I follow Tule's Patreon as well, and she's done a tutorial on to help me out with that, and I'm also going to be soliciting Squirrel Brain, although he's changed his name to something else which I don't know how to pronounce. So you were going to do the same thing? Great minds do think alike. Okay, I'm going to have to get my grave graced. So are mine. Upside down. Did you get those? Quokka, yeah. I wasn't. I only just saw that actually before I started streaming that he changed his name, which is perfectly fine for Australia, but it's an animal I've never heard of before. No reason we can't do both. What I really wanted to do was Michael Jackson's Thriller, and I think that would have been awesome. Yeah, I was going to get headstones as well, and I think I've just snipped off that skeleton's back leg, but never mind. It's not as if they're all going to be together anyway. Yeah, I remember your bone golem, Michelle. That was amazing. I am very sorry. I expect it must be a painting video and you ended up watching me clipping supports off 3D printed minis. So I do apologise. I'm sure you're going to do a fantastic job, Michelle. I'm looking forward to when these are actually fully cured as well, so I can actually get some paint on them and start seeing some of the detail. I'm just going to chuck some of these in my homemade curing box, so they will be out the way. Who should be using gloves? Is that me or Michelle? I've got to admit I'm really terrible at not using gloves, not using safety goggles. Breathing masks. Obviously I'll wear masks when I go outside now. But yeah, you do have a point actually. I did have the other day where I accidentally tasted resin. I'm awful at this stuff. You are right. Again, Michelle, behave. I do have latex gloves in the little drawer next to my work desk. But that's because I don't have any space in the other one. It has been washed. I do spend a lot of time washing them. So I thought any excess resin would have come off. They're probably partially cured anyway, because they've literally just been sitting out in this room, which the curtains are open, so while I'm working some sunlight's coming in, but I wouldn't turn around and say it's perfectly cured or anything. Yes, to be honest, the one thing that I do hate is the actual mess that the 3D printers give. Have you got a latex allergy? Because I've known a few people who do. In my office, we couldn't have birthday balloons because she is allergic to balloons. Oh, they're not tacky at all. No, they've once again, this is actually the same cookie box, but that is basically isopropanol, and that's been very thoroughly washed in that, twice in fact, because I've actually got another one of those cookie tubs. I never thought of it like that, Mrs. MLG. We don't So we don't actually blow up balloons in my house, because my wife has always bought a balloon pump. They are a weird thing when you think about it. I mean, I get the point of hot air balloons, because I say that was a mode of transportation. I wish I did actually have more of a plan like Michael does with his videos. I think it started off as a I'm going to do the white on these Batman miniatures, realised that that was a shit idea, and then decided to paint, clip resin instead. Yeah, balloons are evil, Tommy. told you about me and the clown robot, which was genuine fear. Okay, now you need to tell us about the canaries. In all fairness, what do you expect them to do? If they're put in a cage, which most canaries are, but yeah, you have every right to be suspicious of canaries when they're just sitting there in a cage looking. Absolute perverts, that's what they are. My dog does that as well. I'll be using the bathroom and she'll just decide to come in and just sit there and watch me. And I'll just call her a pervert and tell her to get out. They are scheming. It's all the it's the payback for being sent down coal mines. Oh dear. Does that mean you get a nice coloured cat, or does she spread the paint around the house? I'm really happy with how this is coming out. I'm quite pleasantly surprised actually. I'm okay with the purple. Apparently it's something to do with obviously the dogs have pack mentality, and it's something to do with you are part of their pack. Same way that dogs always try to walk ahead of everyone because they want to be the leader of the pack. But apparently the whole toilet thing is basically because you're part of the pack, they're staying with you in order to make sure you're safe. Yes, they care. So if you love someone, I mean really truly love someone, watch them having a dump because they are vulnerable. And you don't realise how vulnerable you are when you're actually having a dump. I think it's just they don't want to be alone, Emma. That's what it is. They just want to go in there with you. Attention seeking, I think. Or they might be... do you ever think the toddler might have been following the dogs, maybe? That's true, that's probably true. yeah, I took Lola out for a walk before Michael's stream, and yeah, we had eye contact. They'll be there having a poop, and they're just looking at you saying, "You got my back, bro." Take care, everyone. Thank you very much for dropping by. I'm going to finish up as soon as I finish this last skelly, and yeah, take care, Mrs. MLG. Yes, thank you very much for dropping by, and have a great evening. So I might do this more often, like the after show for Michael. I did suggest doing a warm-up show for him instead, but well, me and Michelle will probably warm people up the wrong way. So definitely after party, I think we are. Nearly done, so you'll all be free. So, right, there we go. So that is 12 skellies. There should be 2 full-size ones somewhere in this room, so I'll have a look at them. And I tell you what, next time I do a stream, I'll paint up the skellies. So these will get cured now, and I'll have the ever trusty Xandri dust if I decide to go with that old bone style. When I first got back into mini painting, I was terrified of doing skin, so all I did was basically anything that had no skin at all, and the easiest thing to paint was skeletons. So I painted a lot of skeletons when I first got back into miniature painting about 3 or 4 years ago. And I think I'm going to be doing some more work on him as well. So, I'm getting tired now. I'm going to start making everyone else yawn. So I'm sorry that isn't a full hour, but I am going to chill out, and I'm going to say thank you ever so much for everyone who made it. Thank you for joining in. I hope it's been entertaining for you, as it's been nerve-wracking for me. And yeah, thank you very much. And especially to my Patreons who are named, let's say Scottish Andy, Michelle and Matt, you're all here. Thank you. And yeah, thank you, Carol, and take care everyone. Bye bye now.